everyone. I'm back for my February book haul. I've tried recording this video multiple times. I tried once at the beginning of February when I got my big massive first haul of the month. And then I was like, no, I'll just wait until the end and do it all together. And then I tried to do it a second time, but my camera ran out of space because it was so many books. So I'm going to jump right into it. I've divvied up my books, not by time that I got them this time, but by collection, because they are much easier to organize that way, because things got a little hectic because I was getting books out of order in the collections, and okay, I'm just gonna go with that. First off, last year, January, February, today is February, whatever, last year I announced that I got Terry Goodkind's The Wizard's First Rule, Stone of Tears, Temple of the Winds, and Blood of the Fold. That's out of order, but those are the first 4 books. Hardcover, beautiful, beautiful books. Now, I went back this month and I found Terry Goodkind's Faith of the Fallen. This one, unfortunately, is not the same kind. You see, it's got the gold instead, but I really wasn't worried. I also got The Naked Empire. These are out of order, unfortunately, because he's got like 17 of these books. So the second I saw them in hardcover, I grabbed them anyway. And Chainfire. So let me get rid of these. Ta-da! My first 3 books, looking all beautimous and stuff. My favorite, I think, is Chainfire, only because it's got a really pretty cover. Then, that's my Terry Goodkind collection and how that's going. That is all the books of Terry Goodkind that I have currently, which is sad. Another one that I started last year, was the Girls of the Traveling Pants. Turn it around so y'all can see that. I got books 1 and 2 in a paperback set, but I could not resist because it was a set. This month, in February, I managed not only to get book 3 of the Sisterhood, but I also got book 4, both hardcover. Fortunately, they don't really match up to my other ones, but they're nice and pretty and colorful, and it is the entire collection. So I finished this one, mind you. Moving on, I started a new collection, something I read back in middle school, which was really cool. The Charlie Bone series, hardcover. They're a little different than the other ones. They don't have a sleeve. It's just the hardcover book. And then I got book 1, book 2, missing book 3, but I got 4 and 5. That's Children of the Red King, Midnight for Charlie Bone, The Time Twister, Castle of Mirrors, and The Hidden King. The only one I'm missing is 3. I believe that 5 was the last one. I don't think they made a 6th. So I'm really crossing my fingers that I find that in the thrift store soon, because I don't want to have to go out and buy it. Then my manga collection, for any of you that care. My friend Rini visited, and she had a double of one of her One Piece manga, so she gave me issue 24. This is when they're on Jaya. And I think it's one of the first appearances of Blackbeard, and, you know, when Luffy gets beat up in a bar and stuff. It's really cool. Then my friend took me to Barnes & Noble's, and she bought Higurashi, When They Cry, Volume 1 and Volume 2. These are both the Abducted by Demons arc. This is the entire first arc of the story. I'm working on getting the other ones, but these books are $12 a pop, and it's expensive for manga. I miss the days when it was like $7 a pop. Moving on to my Star Wars collection. I got, last month, I acquired Star Wars Tales from the Bounty Hunters, and I was mentioning how they also had a Tales from the Empire and Tales of the Mos Eisley Cantina. Well, the Mos Eisley Cantina was the one that I really, really wanted, and I found it for $7 at Barnes & Noble's, and I was like, and I had to have it. I'm adored. Yeah, that thing. It's a paperback, but I don't care. And then we also found 2 Scholastic books. Nope, one Scholastic, one's Grosset and Dunlap. Anyway, Star Wars The Clone Wars Curse of the Black Hole Pirates and Star Wars The Last of the Jedi. This one's about Obi-Wan after the Purge. He's hiding on Tatooine. And this one is during the Clone Wars about 2 other Jedi that I don't know about. Or 1, 2, whatever. It's about pirates and stuff. Then we actually bought this book on the 1st of February. It's the brand new Darth Maul Lockdown. We got it the first day it was in Walmart. We saw it. It was like so pretty and new, and I love it. I'm going to be reading that one very soon. Then, this one's interesting. I got with my boyfriend a couple years ago, and he got me into Star Wars, and at the time he was reading a Star Wars book called The Truce at Bakura. It's about these dinosaur Saru people. It takes place the day after the last movie with Luke. So, finally, he's been reading it on the internet, mind you, and I've been telling him he just needs to up and buy it because I would like a hard copy of it anyway. So, he goes on Amazon, he buys it, and the next day, we go to the thrift store, 99 cents. So, I told him, just buy the 99 cents one, and then go on Amazon and cancel the order. So we did that. We canceled the order. We ended up buying Legacy instead, which made it here in March. So that's part of our March haul. And, Truce of Bakura. I mean, what are the chances that we find it? It's rare. It's a rarity. So I was really surprised. But, yeah. And then there's other random collections that I've either recently started or we only have one of. One being the Mistborn series. We only have the first book in paperback. I got the Tales of the Mos Eisley Cantina. Russell wanted Mistborn, so he bought this. And he's planning on getting the second and third books in the trilogy. But I wasn't... we don't know yet. So it's a to-be-continued collection that we're not very sure if it's going to be a collection or not. And then Warriors, another Into the Wild, another book that I read in like middle school that I adore. It's about a bunch of cats, so I'm trying to get Russell to read this now. Then the Stephenie Meyer Twilight series. I have all of the books. I never got my hands on the short Second Life of Bree Tanner. It does not have the slip on it, unfortunately. I found it at the thrift store, but it was only 75 cents, so I couldn't resist. 50 cents. It was cheap. But I do have it, and I'm going to try to find a slip for it, because that's going to bother me when it sits on my shelf. And then, The Supernaturalist. Hardcover. I already own this book in paperback, but I have all of the Artemis Fowl books in hardcover, and I have an Eoin Colfer collection because I adore him, so I decided to get this one in hardcover too. I'll just get rid of my old copy. And then Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. It's a collection of poems and stuff. 50th anniversary special edition. My grandparents have this book sitting in their bathroom, and they've had it there since I was a little girl. So this one is really kind of sentimental to me because I've always really adored that book. Used to read it all the time. But now I have my hands on my own copy, and I'm going to read this to my future children. It's going to be spectacular and cute and adorable. Y'all should read that for real. And books that don't belong in a collection at all. 50 Things That Really Matter. It's got a bunch of really nice things like friends and sad movies and home and all sorts of things that matter, and then they tell you why they matter, and it's one of those little motivational books that I can't help but adore. Time Travel Romance, the Mammoth Book of Romance. It was in really good condition for 99 cents, and I was feeling very romantic, so I picked it up. It's apparently a collection of 20 stories. 20 little romance stories that I can fawn over and be girly about. Along with that, The Time Traveler's Wife, because I know it is a cheesy romance and I haven't watched the movie because I wanted to read the book. So I know nothing, next to nothing about this movie and this book, so I'm really looking forward to reading it because I know it's a romance and love, and it reminds me of Doctor Who, but I know it's not gonna be like that, but oh well. And then I found the Scorpio races. It looked really cool. It's about horse racing and stuff that I don't really know about, but looked really cool. I wanted it in my collection, so I have it. And then The House of the Scorpion, which is best sellers. It's got little medals, so I know it's good. But I can't resist anything with Scorpion or Scorpio in the title, so I got it. Along with my cheesy romances, I got The Guy Not Taken by Jennifer Weiner. And this is, I think, another collection of short stories. I'm not really sure. But I look forward to checking this one out because it's also in hardcover and it looks pretty on my shelf. Last but not least, a comic book collection. My comic book collection has to do with Volume 1 of Savage Sword Conan, Conan the Barbarian. This is a black and white Dark Horse volume. It's pretty thick. We found it for 99 cents and Russell was like, no, I don't want to get it. And then I found Volume 2 of Savage Sword Conan. And Russell's like, nah, Sam, we can't spend that kind of money on 2 volumes. And then I found the 3rd Savage Sword Conan volume. So, yeah, I brought them home with me because they look spectacular and it's a set. One's still in the plastic. I'm not... Russell's working on the first one. See the bookmark. But I'm really glad I found these. That was really cool because they're all by Dark Horse and I'm learning comic book things and stuff. And then we found out that the thrift store that we go to actually has comic books. I was really surprised. However, they're not cheap like going to the actual comic book stores because these are new comics. Like, there's New 52 and stuff that has come out this past month that are in there. So, for $6 we got a big pack of comic books and we couldn't even see what was in them. So we had to kind of pick through the plastic and try to see what was in there. It was very difficult. But we finally picked one. And we ended up getting Kick-Ass 3. Real Life Civil War. I really enjoy the Kick-Ass comics because the art is way more cartoony, more like a graphic novel or a manga than an actual comic book. I just like this art style a lot. It's very rounded edges, not very sharp. But I have not read all of Kick-Ass. I really want to collect them because I did like the movies, so I know I will like the comics a million times better. That's how it ended up being with Walking Dead and everything else. But that one's really cool. That was one of the reasons I wanted it. And then Avengers Arena, which is the main reason Russell wanted this particular one, was because it's an alternate universe with all superheroes and different origins, but they're set in almost a Greek-like Colosseum time where they all have to fight each other, and he gets off on that kind of thing, so that's cool. Damian, son of Batman, which is really cool because I love the Bat family, excluding Batman himself and Catwoman, if you count her. She's not a Bat member. And Batgirl and everyone. I like everyone but Robin. Damian, Robin. So I adore this. It's got Talia al Ghul in it, and I think it's Damian trying to save Batman. It's really cool. It's an annual, 1 of 4. No, it's not even an annual, it's just 1 of 4. This is an annual. Green Lantern Lights Out Part 5 annual. I don't know too much about Green Lantern, but I do know that this is in the New 52, so it's brand new. Not very interested, but Russell seems to like this one. Smallville Hollow. It's got Lex Luthor on the cover, but he's not really in it much. It's more about this pink girl that I don't know who it is. I watched a couple seasons of Smallville, never got to the end, and so I couldn't read the comic book because I couldn't even follow it. I had no idea where it was taking place. So I really need to figure myself out. And then another annual, but this one is for Teen Titans. It's in the New 52, and this is the one where Superman and Superboy fight. You can kind of see everyone dead in the background, which is really crazy. This is the second annual. And then Star Wars The Dark Times. Issue 4. Star Wars. This really should have been with my Star Wars haul, because I adore it. I can't even stop. And then, last but not least, Nightwing. It is an annual. It is the first annual of Nightwing, but it is all about Nightwing and Batgirl, so I was not exactly a happy camper, but it ended up with them breaking up. So, yay for ruining shippings because I have a crush on Nightwing. Yay! So, that was my February book haul. Comic book, manga haul. I hope y'all enjoyed that as much as I did, because I love shopping for books, especially at the thrift store, because it's like going treasure hunting. I will see you next month. So far, I only have 1 book for my March book haul, and the month is a quarter of the way through, or 2/4, it's half. The month is halfway over, and I only have 1 book, so I need to go to the thrift store. I will be seeing you later.